few months ago, I interviewed a woman for her dream job. She had the skill set, qualification, passion, you name it. But as I started talking to her, I noticed hesitation creeping in. She started saying things like, I can do this, but I'm not good at this. I've done this multiple times, but I'm not an expert. I could clearly see it was not her skill set that was holding her down. It was the invisible labels she had placed on herself, like, I'm not good enough, or I'm not a good fit for this role. And let me tell you, she is not alone in this struggle. Over the past decade, as a CEO, I have interviewed thousands of candidates, and I can say at least 20% struggled with these challenges. And today, I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the ones that we should wear proudly. Like, I'm capable, I'm the best, I'm awesome. These labels empower us. Imagine if that woman had worn these on herself that day. Her story would have been different, right? But where do we get these labels from? We all know they originate from our thoughts. But how do thoughts transform them into labels? So now, that's when I became very curious as a cat with 9 lives. I decided I'll go to Google, Office. No, I'll do a Google search. Not really, just kidding. But I would observe my own thoughts and notice how thoughts transform into labels. And here is a very interesting thing I found about it. Every day, we are bombarded with staggering 60,000 thoughts. Some drift away like a feathers on the breeze, but some cling on to us like one sock that we cannot find a match for, right? But how do they become labels? So the way we perceive all these thoughts kind of creates a perception about ourselves, and that perception creates a sticky note in our mind, and that becomes the label. I'm sure you're wondering, I have got some labels on myself too. True, we all have it, right? But have you wondered, why do they stick on us? Well, they stick on us because we start believing them. We think we are that, whatever. If I'm lazy, I stick a label, I'm lazy. And knowingly or unknowingly, we start living by this equation in our lives, which is external event triggers our thoughts. Somebody cuts you off in traffic, we feel angry. We are rejected from a job, we feel unworthy. Very easy to understand, right? But if that was true, external event triggers the reaction, then we all should be feeling the same way, but we don't. If we are cut off in traffic, some might shrug it off, and some might get angry, right? So it's not about the external event. It's about the meaning we attach to the external event. So the new equation becomes now, external event triggers a thought, and thoughts trigger the emotional reaction. So 12 years ago, I was in a rush. I had to drop off my kid to school and also get to a meeting at 9 a.m. in Mountain View office. And I was stuck in traffic. And at that time, my mind started chattering. I'm not good, I'm the worst mom, what will client think about me, I'm not professional, and the constant chatterbox in our head that goes on without the mute button in a loop mode. Night went on. When I parked my car and I was moving towards the conference room, I saw myself covered with sticky notes all over me. And I could not be myself at that time. Some sticky notes, I had it from the morning. Some, I dragged it up from the past. I entered for meeting, fumbling, and with the lack of confidence. Fortunately, everything went well. Client appreciated my expertise, but I was in a mess inside myself. I was draining with those labels. That's when 4 words that my mom shared with me long time ago flashed in my mind. Jaisi drishti, vaisi shrishti, which means if we change the way we look at the world, the thing we are looking at changes. And this clicked at that time and made more sense. So now when I'm stuck in traffic, what do? I just keep calm. I know traffic is not in my control, and I listen to a podcast, get mentally ready for my meeting, or listen to loud music. This is when I realized the equation which I've been living with is not 100% true. So now the new equation is external event triggers our thoughts. We have the power to change the thoughts, so we will filter and change, and then emotional response. So it's not emotional reaction, it's a response. So with this, what I found is my life has become much more smoother, less stressful. And that's when I've started following this as a practice and mentored 1,000 others with this same clear framework, which is CLEAR, clear framework. It's simple, but very powerful tool. So the first one is C, challenge. Challenge the certainty of the label. I know we're wearing so many labels, but do you know the authenticity of the label? It's not accurate. If I say I'm lazy today, but I've been active so many times, just ask a question. Is it 100% true? I'm sure all the labels would vanish. I'm not good enough. Challenge it. Is it 100% true? Next is L, look for the new script, which means labels are nothing but the stories we have been telling ourselves over a period of time. We have the pen. Rewrite it. You can rewrite your script and change the label. Next is embrace labels as choices. During a day, we make so many choices. Why not make some choices about the labels you want to stick with? It's a choice. Keep the one you like, discard the one which you don't. Next is anticipate life without labels. Last month only, I met blind Indian cricket team led by Ajay Reddy. And he was blind since childhood, but he did not let that blind label or disability label stop him from being captain of the Indian blind cricket team. And he led the World Cup recently and won it. Like AJ, we can also start thinking about we are free of labels and see the world would change for you. Last one is revitalize your confidence. Life happens, ups and downs. We should know which way we can uplift ourselves. It can be morning gratitude routine. It can be listening to music. It can be self-care, a spa day, you name it. We have so many options. A friend of mine was struggling after divorce and wanted to start new life. But when she went for dates, she was a shadow of herself. And she started practicing self-care and gratitude. Within no time, She was blooming with confidence and was a vibrant self. So today, I know we're sitting with so many labels. Which label would you like to drop off? Think about it. Remember, we are not our labels. We are what we believe. So drop off or rewrite the labels you want to be the person you always wanted to be. Thank you.